YouTube. YouTube. Yeah, we in that mode. W crime time. W crime time. Ex-con husband shoots influencer wife on camera for stealing his money while he was in jail. Wow. Wow. No talking. We getting right into this motherfucker.
I lost my mind. I was only drunk because I didn't have no food. Nobody cared that I didn't have food. Y'all just kept giving me Patron.
Because I look at you different. Why the about my baby mom? I don't give it. Yo, if you ever was the talk nigga, she'd tell you that.
I would never talk to that on my level. She ain't do nothing to me, and she never been in my circle. She never been around me.
And you've been bringing it up. So now I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm never gonna touch you again. I'm never physically gonna hurt you. You married this nigga, I'm blowing this head off on everything I love. I'm going back to prison.
Oh, come on, brother. You can never crash out over the pussy, man. Come on, my nigga. The fuck is you doing, nigga? You can't crash out about the pussy, bro. You can never do that, my nigga. See, that's what you fucked up at, twin. You wanna crash out. You wanna crash out? For what, nigga? You willing to live? You willing to do life? There's a million other pussies out there that you could be cracking. What the fuck is you doing?
We've all seen those glamorous influencers online, the perfect lives, the luxury, the constant stream of...
Hold on. She paying, Skeeto. I ain't gonna lie. She paying. I ain't gonna lie. She kinda paying. She paying.
Picture perfect moments. But what happens when the cameras go dark and reality comes crashing in? For Tiffany Natifah Wade, reality wasn't just different, it was far worse than anyone could have ever imagined. On October 7th, 2023, what began as a typical day for Tiffany took a horrifying turn. She was at a barbershop with her young son, simply there to get him a fresh haircut. But in a matter of minutes, that ordinary day turned tragic. Her ex-husband, Armand Hilton, stormed into the shop, enraged and volatile. Seconds later, loud bangs rang out and Armand was seen bolting out of the barbershop, disappearing down the street. Tiffany dead. What could have driven
In front of her kid? Oh!
To commit such a horrifying act? And how did Tiffany's seemingly perfect lifestyle play a role in her death?
Man, I don't give a fuck about that. I told you, stop throwing it in my face. If this is what you want to do, go ahead and do it. Stop throwing it in my face. All right. I just left you 2 months ago. Stop throwing it in my face before I kill you. This is what I'm telling you, because that's my mindset. I will go there.
For social media influencer 40-year-old Tiffany Natifah Wade, life seemed picture perfect. Her social media feeds were always filled with glamorous photos and videos, heartfelt posts about resilience, and glimpses of her successful businesses. She had captivated thousands of followers with her rags to riches story, inspiring people to follow their passions and chase their dreams. But behind the filters and carefully curated moments was a dark and dangerous reality she couldn't hide forever. Her volatile relationship with her ex-con husband, Armand Hilton, whose love had turned into resentment and obsession. Natifah, as she was fondly called by people who loved her, had worked hard to create the life she shared online. From Philadelphia, Natifah had always known she would be successful as long as she worked hard for her success. And she did. Natifah owned multiple businesses she constantly posted online. She had a home care business she named Kisses Care.
Look at her.
Come on, bro. It's always the bitch-ass, stupid-ass niggas that want to kill all these beautiful fucking women and leave us. Ugh. Hate this shit, man.
She also had a wig business she named Kisses Armor Hair Extensions, as well as several other businesses she ran. You see, Natifah believed in herself and knew she could do anything she set her mind to. So if she had an idea, she didn't give up until she made that idea come to life. Social media was her tool of success. She made a lot of money influencing other brands and modeling and influencing for her own brands and businesses.
You go, girl. Rest in peace to you, man.
She never stopped working. She worked very hard, but she played harder. Natifah believed in balance. She didn't think working should take up a person's whole time and space. She felt relaxing was important too.
She was not 40, my nigga. She's not 40, gay.
She shared even more of that on social media. Her social media pages were filled with photos and videos of her living it up, taking vacation after vacation and sharing them with her followers. She was an influencer, and that's what influencers do.
Oh, she was living life.
From motivational posts to behind-the-scenes glimpses of her success, she made it look like she was thriving. But not everyone was happy about Natifa's success. Her ex-husband Armin Hilton was not happy that Natifa was thriving while he remained locked up in jail. The more she shared, the angrier he got, until one day he couldn't take watching Natifa thrive anymore, so he paid her a visit. By the end of that visit, Natifa was dead.
Man, I don't give a fuck about that. I told you stop throwing it in my face. If this is what you want to do, go in and do it. Stop throwing it in my face. All right. I just left you 2 months ago. Stop throwing it in my face before I kill you. This is what I'm telling you because that's what my mind said. I will go there.
When Nitifa met Armand, she couldn't have imagined he would have been capable of the horrific things he would come to do to her. When they met, they were in love almost immediately. It pretty much felt like a fairy tale for Natifa, and she thought she had met the man she was going to spend the rest of her life with. A man she didn't have to compromise her lifestyle because he lavished her with money too. At some point in their relationship, Armand started buying properties in Nitifa's name. The properties were meant to show Nitifa the depth of his love, how much he was willing to do for her, and they worked. Nitifa had fallen more in love with him than she ever did with any of the men she previously dated. Everything about Armand seemed perfect, starting with the fact that he seemed to have dropped into Natifa's life at the perfect moment. She had not been lucky with the men she picked in the past, and after 3 children, she was ready to give up on men and dating when Armand popped into her life.
But she's Muslim?
Everything else seemed to fall into place after that, or at least that's what she thought. What she didn't know was that Armand's over-the-top gestures weren't just a display of deep affection, they were also an insurance of sorts. His source of income wasn't clean at the time, and buying properties in Nitifa's name kept the properties safe in the event he was caught. It also meant Nitifa would have to be in his life forever, or at least that's what he thought. He thought everything he did for her would be enough to keep her with him, but once he was arrested and sent to prison, the scales fell off Nitifa's eyes and she realized she had been played by Armand.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it a buck, fellas. Like, all jokes aside, right? You gotta realize that whatever you do, you cannot make a woman happy. I'm sorry, man. I'm telling you, you could do everything. You could buy property in her name. You could do all type of shit. She's gonna remember the time where you forgot to flush the toilet, or you forgot to fold her clothes, or you forgot to get her food. She would. I'm telling you, people won't remember shit like females. You just can't make them happy, dude. Like, you can't, my nigga. And the more we start to realize this as men, the happier we will be to realize that it's not on us to make a female happy. And I'm just saying, like, in general, like, fuck this case. I'm saying, like, in general, you know what I'm saying?
She quickly filed for divorce and moved on with her life, focusing on her children and businesses. But unfortunately for her, good news has a way of traveling fast, and it wasn't long before Armand caught wind of the kind of lifestyle Natifa's willing, and he was furious. At this point, he had spent years of his life behind bars paying for a crime that had torn his marriage apart. And what made it worse for him was that while he served his sentence, Nitifa rebuilt her life, channeling her energy into her children and influencer career, and found love again with another man. Nitifa had slowly started to post the man to her social media, just like she posted parts of her life, and somehow the photos and videos she posted of her new man found their way to Armand in prison.
Wow, she went crazy. She said the no face, no case, showed the little ring. I don't know if that's engagement, but god damn. Hey, and another thing is, shout out to Natifa. I hope I'm saying her name wrong. I hope I'm saying her name right. My apologies. Females move on quick, eh? I ain't gonna lie, bro. They move on so fast. Hey, you can't even do nothing about it. Like, it is what it is, bro. This, I'm not saying it's her fault. I'm just saying as a man, you should know that a female move on like this. Once they done with you, they move on quick. Word on my mother. I swear to God, bro. Trust me, I'm a witness. I'm a victim of this. Females move on quick, nigga.
He was furious that she would dare move on from him after everything he had done for her, so he called to demand she stopped flaunting her relationship in his face. Like I said, Armand was in prison at the time, so Nitifa didn't think she had anything to worry about. But the more she posted her new man and her luxury life, the angrier Armand got. When she wouldn't do as he said, Armand resorted to threats. He threatened to unalive her new man if she didn't stop flaunting him in her face, and threatened to unalive her as well. Nitifa was unbothered by Armand's threats. After all, he was in prison and could not touch her. In response to his threats, she decided to post more videos of her man. She doesn't post his face just in case it got to Armand, but she was not shy about posting the huge rock he put on her finger. Armand Houghton was absolutely furious.
That's so deep, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's so deep, bro. See, I don't know, yo, bro. If you once you done with a female, yo, it's sad that I gotta give niggas advice. Yo, bro, once a female is done with you, or you done with a female, my nigga, why you even still stalking her page, gang? Like, it's over. Like me, I will never stalk nobody's page, my nigga. Whatever you do, whatever man you got, that's cool. Oh God, that's what I'm saying. I'm a different nigga. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think I'm just a different nigga. A girl done with me, cool. You feel me? Like, I'll be sad about it. I'll try to fight for you back. Once you're done with me, cool, my nigga. I'm not gonna go on your page. I'm not gonna worry about nothing you got going on, bro. I promise. That ass, like, what the fuck? What the fuck be wrong with niggas' matas?
He found out that Tiffany, his ex-wife, had gotten engaged. After everything that had happened between them, him being locked up, the money he believed she'd stolen from him, and all the years they'd spent apart, this was the final straw. It wasn't just that Tiffany was moving on, it was that she was moving on without him, and that idea seemed to set something off in Armand. He couldn't stomach it. He couldn't accept that she was happy and building a future with someone else while he was left in the past, stuck in his anger and resentment. So, he started calling her, over and over, and with each call, his anger seemed to grow. What had probably started as some frustrated messages about their past quickly turned into something darker. He was no longer just upset, he was threatening her.
And you've been bringing it up. So now, I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm never gonna touch you again. I'm never physically gonna hurt you. You marry this nigga, I'm blowing his fucking head off on everything I love. I'm going back to prison.
Armand could not bear the thought of sharing Nitifa with another man, his jealousy turning to obsession in no time. When Nitifa didn't do what he wanted, he asked for all the properties he bought in her name back.
You know what it is? Us niggas, we have a crazy thing, right? And that's called overthinking. Okay? So imagine you're in jail, right? Your ex-wife files for divorce. How long was this nigga even in jail? Cause she got engaged like that. Like on the story that the narrator's saying, it seemed like she got engaged super quick. You feel me? Not super quick, but it seemed like she got engaged like pretty quick. Like maybe like 4 years or some shit. That's not quick, but it's kind of fast. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. You feel me? So all in all, that nigga could think is like, yo, my ex-wife is getting her shit drilled, nigga. She's living life, going on trips, getting money. What? She's damn near millionaire. And I'm in here in prison. Gotta be with a bunch of niggas. While she's getting her shit slayed. I'm telling you, bro, that's what niggas think. That's how niggas think. No disrespect to you, Nitifa. Rest in peace to you. I'm just saying that's how niggas think. You feel what I'm saying?
Thinking that would pressure her to give in to his demands, but it didn't work. Nitifa refused to give the properties back because he purchased them for her, in her name. There were gifts, and she didn't want to return them. This didn't go down well with Armand, who called with more threats.
That's crazy, though. I'm not gonna lie. She should have gave him like some type of bread for it. Then I ain't gonna lie. And he's a dickhead for even trying to do some dumb shit like that. She could have kept paying him though. I ain't gonna lie. Whatever property she got on her name, she could have gave him half. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it like, hey, you could have, but you a dickhead, nigga. Cause look, she getting paid off your shit, dickhead.
I told you stop throwing in my face. If this is what you want to do, go in and do it. Stop throwing in my face.
How is he get so many jail calls?
I just left you 2 months ago. Stop throwing in my face.
How is he get so many jail calls? You wasting your minutes, gang. You wasting your minutes, gang. How you getting so many jail calls, my nigga? Oh, he gotta be on the burner phone, my nigga. There's no way the nigga just, he's calling her back to back, leaving heavy voicemails. No way, my nigga. You gotta be taking niggas' phones. I ain't gonna lie. He looked like he mad. So he probably in there taking niggas' phones. No cap.
When he realized the threats didn't work, he changed tactics to begging her to take him back. He would call her several times to tell her how much he missed her and their lives together.
Us to be together, like, I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Really do. I miss the whole everything.
But at that point, it was too late. Natifa had already moved on. Armand was unwilling to accept that, and what he did next sent shockwaves through the city of Philadelphia. When
I knew
Armand
it. It's always
realized
the Philly
his threats
niggas.
were not working on Natifa, he moved on to her friends. He threatened to unalive one of her friends until she told him she hadn't spoken to Natifa in a long time.
I snap on it because I look at you different. Why the about my baby mom? I don't give it. Yo, if you ever was to talk to nigga, she'll tell you that.
I would never talk to that on my level. She ain't the fuck nothing to me, and she never been in my circle. She never been around that.
After the threatening phone calls, she took to her social media to post about his threats. She wrote, "Speedy, you went out sad, bro. I never thought you would be out there recording men in jail, or me, or calling or pillow talking. I thought you was a real man. I am ashamed, damn." Armand was threatening everybody at this point. He sent Natifa several threatening messages like, "Thought you was gonna get away for trying to play me like you played me, bitch. You don't know who the f*** are you. I'm a psychopath. I don't have to wish I'll do it. I'll get it done or get it done. This is what you don't understand." At this point, Natifa was scared, but still consoled by the fact that she was way out of his reach until he was released from prison. At around 1:48 p.m. on October 7, 2023, officers were called to a barbershop at the 2500 block of West Lehigh Avenue. The suspect was said to have opened fire inside the shop, hitting a woman in her torso and her head. By the time first responders arrived at the crime scene, it was too late. The victim, who was later identified as Natifa Wade from Coatesville, Pennsylvania, was pronounced dead at the scene at 2:04 p.m. In cases like this, the first thing investigators do is look at surveillance tapes at the crime scene, hoping they can find any cameras that caught the perpetrator. Sometimes they find enough clues to make an arrest, and other times they have to work the case even harder, working it from multiple angles to get to the perpetrator. But in this case, they didn't have to try all that hard. You see, there was a camera right outside the barber shop that records everyone that goes in and out of the shop. A quick look at the footage told the cops a lot more than they bargained for. In the footage, a man was seen running out of the barber shop, a firearm in his hand. He ran as far as he could, but he could not outrun the cameras. Once the investigators had what they needed from the footage, they spoke to the witnesses at the scene. They were told Natifa, who was a frequent client at that barber shop, had taken her young son to get a haircut on the 2500 block of West Lehigh Avenue.
But how did he know? Like, how did he how? How did he know she was gonna be there? What the fuck?
Around 1:48 p.m., as Tiffany and others were inside the barbershop, a man entered, furious and intent on violence. The suspect, later identified as her ex-husband Armand Hilton, opened fire in the shop, hitting Tiffany in the torso and head.
Police have identified a suspect in connection with a deadly shooting inside a North Philly barber shop. 44-year-old Armand Hilton is wanted for murder, robbery, and related charges. Police say he shot and killed Natifa Wade inside a barbershop on Lehigh Avenue on Saturday afternoon.
The details of the shooting were harrowing. According to authorities, Armand's attack seemed calculated, his rage explosive. He had known Natifa was going to be at that barbershop and came prepared. Investigators quickly turned their focus to locating Armand, who was considered armed and dangerous. The Philadelphia Police Department issued a warning urging the public to stay alert. They also started a manhunt with the homicide unit and law enforcement agencies working together to track him down. The authorities begged for anyone with information on Armand's location to come forward, offering a $20,000 reward for tips leading to his arrest and conviction.
Oh yeah,
the tip
somebody
line
got
was
that.
flooded with calls, but Armand was still nowhere to be found, and he continued to evade capture for days, further intensifying the public's sense of fear and urgency. As the investigation unfolded, Tiffany's tragic death began to reveal more than just the horror of the moment. People started asking, what led to this violent act? Was this just a random outburst? Or was there a deeper, more complicated story beneath the surface? Tiffany had built a life in front of the camera as an influencer, creating a persona that many admired, even envied. But behind that curated image was a personal history that may have played a key role in the events leading to her death. Her relationship with Armand Hilton had been tumultuous, marred by issues that were perhaps kept behind closed doors, but eventually spilled out into public view. They had been divorced, but clearly old wounds ran deep, deep enough to push Armand to this horrifying act. As investigators dove deep into what led Armand to do what he did, they found out something shocking. Armand had claimed to many people that Nitifa had stolen from him. He claimed the properties he bought in her name weren't meant to be hers, but for her to keep safe. It's unclear exactly how much money was involved, but it appears that the financial betrayal might have been what set off Armand's rage. As investigators pieced together the puzzle of Nitif's life, it became clear that she was more than just a social media personality. She was a mother, a woman trying to navigate her own world and make a living, but also caught in a deeply troubled past. This story is far from over. Authorities are still searching for Armand, who is now wanted for murder. He remains at large, and anyone with information about his whereabouts is urged to come forward.
Yo, Melly, that's you? Dream Chasers? Nah, that nigga still out? Nah. What the fuck? This nigga still got Lowski? Oh, he's Lowski.
The community, shaken and grieving, is left with a painful reminder that even the most perfect lives can hide devastating truths. Tiffany's death is a tragic reminder of how betrayal and unresolved pain can erupt in the most horrifying ways. As this case develops, it raises difficult questions about the nature of influence, fame, and the darker sides of personal relationships. In the age of social media, where everyone is carefully curating an image, it's important to remember that behind the filters and the glamour, people are still dealing with real-life struggles. Hey, thank you for watching. Our deepest sympathies go to the family and friends of Tiffany Natifa Wade. What are your thoughts on this case?
This is crazy, bro. This is crazy, bro. This shit is wild, my nigga. Wow. Yo, fellas, never crash out about no female, my nigga. You're just gonna be on the run like this dickhead, nigga, and be wanted for the rest of your life. And you're gonna be on, and bro, you're gonna get caught eventually, unless you fucking change your skin color. Unless you change your skin color, you're gonna get caught, gay. Unless you fucking get a wig. You're done. Bro, never crash out about no female. You feel what I'm saying? Never purchase no property into anybody's name. I don't care what girl you think you're gonna be with for the rest of your life. You can never make a female happy, my nigga. Alright? Once a female is done with you, they're gone. Remember that, my nigga. Don't do no dumb shit like this nigga did, bro. And then start to crash out. Cause I'm not gonna lie, if he probably had those properties, the nigga would have probably been alright. You feel me? I still hate her, but at least I got my properties. You feel what I'm saying? This nigga walking around with Adidas sweater and shit. I mean, even though he's on a drill, but it's like, god damn, bro. You feel me? But rest in peace to Natifa. You feel me? Beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous lady. My condolences go out to her family, to her kids. You feel what I'm saying? Hate that this had to happen to her. W video though, man. W video. Shit is crazy.